we have here beautiful, this is actually an old ancient map of somewhere in Arabia. I'll find out where exactly later. But a very good example of the al fresco and al secco work that you can do with Marmorino. And old cartographer's map. It still needs to be framed, so you see the tape around it. But Franco offers classes actually several times a year in his studio that show how to do some of these techniques. So I would say for those who are really interested in learning some of the finer techniques of the Veneto region, Venezia way of working with Marmorino, these classical methods, keep up to date on his website, on his events, because he holds these classes now 5 or 6 times. And I remember with Franco, I was telling him years ago about classes, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and he's like, "Oh, you have to work on a job site to learn, and that you could never really teach properly in a class." And well, I don't know. Franco's changing a little bit, he's created a workshop. But the workshop is very special. He brings that job site experience here. He's turned his new atelier into a job site. And if we come over here, we'll see some other methods. Intaglio, where you're carving directly into the plaster while it's still wet. That's a little different than sgraffito, where you're carving out plaster and taking it away. This is done with forchetta, with a fork method, and then some typical traditional plaster tools to create these effects. We're going to go look at later a bank project that Franco has done a tremendous amount of this type of work, and but this is just very, very refined and very typical of the type of things. This work was all done by students, so these are things that perhaps someone who already has experience in Marmorino, they're not brand new students, but a more advanced type student who's done a lot of work can learn even more advanced methods that could be very useful for some of their clients who have a more sophisticated taste, architects or designers.